That's an inchworm. The first one of the year.
Inchworm, inchworm, measuring the marigolds. You and your arithmetic, you'll probably go far. Inchworm, inchworm, measuring the marigolds. Seems to me you'd stop and see how beautiful they are.
Plugs. Yeah, we're here. Go far. 2 and 2 are 4. 4 and 4 are 8. 8 and 8 are 16. 13 and 16 are 32.
I know the Nicola. 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 I know the Nicola.
I'm married a metronome. Hello, everybody. My name's Chris Quinlan. Oh, Danny Kaye. Oh, Thumbelina, Thumbelina, tiny little thing. Thumbelina, dance. Thumbelina, sing. If you're very small. Oh, there you go. Numbers, 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 numbers. There you go. Welcome to another episode of Face Chup Live via Melbourne Musos and beautiful Channel 31. We had a bit of a piss up last Saturday night. You could probably tell by the photos. Oh, what a night it was. I didn't get any chocolates, but I got free beer. And Sarait Banahan gave me a little serviette award, a little baby one, and I love it. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to frame it. There you go. All right, tonight is all about numbers, and it's not as hard as you think, okay? You just do your times tables, okay? Now, I've talked about numbers in the past via polyrhythms, time signatures, all sorts of things. Yeah, sure, I'll reference them and stuff. But I'd like to do something in regards to just good old rudiments and getting things happening, and in particular, roughs and rolls. Okay. Now, there's a little bit of confusion out there about what a rough is, because the PAS, Percussive Arts Society, sort of changed things up a little bit in the late 80s. I'd already been teaching a decade, and all of a sudden there's this single stroke 7. I mean, isn't that a 7-stroke rough, mate? Why are you changing the goalposts here? You know, that kind of thing. And I'll go to, I put it up just a few episodes ago, Buddy Rich's interpretation of the 26 standard rudiments and all that. No, rough, roll, rough, roll, rah, 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 rah. And what you've got we got the horns in. Thank you very much, umpire. All right, so there you go. So I'm going to get into some roughs. I'm going to take the horns, the dub horns out for a little bit. And then I'm going to talk about basic roughs and rolls. And then I'm going to talk numbers and ways that you can take your numbers in the most simple of ways, stuff that you can learn. You've learnt them at school. And what happens is that you take them and you apply them to your music, and that's what goes on. There you go. Now, what happens is a rough, by its very definition, is any number of strokes played with single taps, okay? A single stroke roll, but knowing when to stop. What I often say to my little poppets is, I hope you're watching, is that if you're playing a single stroke roll, it's open-ended. Harold Speed Ripper used to just get us on the practice pad and away we'd go. You got there's the metronome. You got to watch with the second hand, son. Yeah. Okay, put it next to the metronome. I want 1 minute. 3 rudiments. Right hand start, left hand start. Don't do anything with the speed until you've done all of them a minute non-stop. Then you can take it up one step. One step, one step, one step. And the old-fashioned metronomes. Tick, tock, tick, tock, swing, 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 swing. 208 beats a minute. Tick, 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 tick. Oh, God, help me. You'd fall off the drum stool sometime. Anyway, there you go. So what happens, it's open-ended and it's endurance, right? Okay, so... You know, just work it up. I'll put a little rim shot in there on the 2 and 4, but that's all right. And so what happens then is that when you're dealing with roughs, you just know when to stop. So what happens is that if I'm going to do, say, a 4-stroke rough, it really is just 1, 2, 3, 4, you see. Brum, brum, brum. All right. It's 4, you see. Now, what starts to happen is how do you start to get the larger numbers? Now, I play a little pop quiz with my students where I say, how many strokes have I just played? And they go, oh, you did it too fast. I can't get one of them. And then what I say to them is like, do you know your times tables? And they go, of course I do. You're silly. And so what I say is, okay, now that particular one, think about 4 times tables, your 4 times tables. And I get them to say it for me, like, you know, like...
5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is...
Oh, hang on, that's 5.
4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16.
16. And that's what goes on, you see. And you work it up. Now, if I'm going, pardon me. There it is there. Now, what it is 4 times tables. And if you think, 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's 3. Okay, now, 2 of them are 4, and there's 1 to finish. 2 times 4 is 8, 1 to finish, 9-stroke rough. And that's what goes on, you see. If I was going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. Now what I've done is 3 times 4 is 12, and 1 to finish, 13-stroke rough. Now, what starts to happen is that when you start to put things into make the numbers musical, and if I just sort of went, all right, so that's the typical fill-in. So you've got that kind of sounds like a Hawaii 5. I book him down, I murder 1, and there you go. And what goes on is that, how many notes did I just play? Well, 4 times 4 is 16. The crash is the 17th stroke. So you can get a 17-stroke rough if you're doing it like so, you see. And that, what happens then is that the 17th stroke, don't think that you go, and then you start the rock beat, that kind of thing, the cosmic downbeat. What you actually do is that is the one of the next bar. Ba-da-ba-boom, ba-boom. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. I thought it was Peaches and Regalia. John Guerin, drummer on the Hot Rats album, 1969. There you go. So there's a little bit of a frill in there. Yep. There you go. Now what happens is there's your roughs, you see. That's what goes on. And you're doing 4s, you see. So that's what goes on there. So if you're going to do things like
4
that...
times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 1 is 4.
I think you
4 times 2
is 8. There you go. Sorry, I'm putting myself off. Anyway, there you go. And that's what happens there. Now, one of the things that can happen is they can change the numbers. If you're going, doing some time, different kinds of times. And if you're going to go into...
3. 3 2s are 6. 3 3s are 9. 3 4s are 12. 3. 3 2s are 6. 3 3s are 9. 3 4s are 12. 3. 3 2s are 6. 3 3s are 9. 3 4s are 12. 3. 3 2s are 6. 3 3s are 9. 3 4s are 12. 3. 3 2s are 6. 3 3s are 9. 3 4s are 12. 3. 3 2s are 6. 3 3s are 9. 3 4s are 12. 3.
There you go.
3 3s are 9.
3 times table. So if you go 1 and a 2 and a 3, triplets, you are now doing 2 3s and a 1 to finish. That is now a 7-stroke rough. Vipping, vipping. Keith Moon used to love his sextuplets, okay, getting 6 into 1 beat. So if I do 2 6s and 1 to finish, like 1, 2, 3, of course it's 13, okay? I don't want to patronise you or anything like that. That's it, it's 2 6s and 1 to finish. Hello. And what goes on then is that they're all sextuplets. But if I did 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 6 4s are 24. 1 to finish, 25 strokes. If I just went, how many notes did I just play? That kind of thing. People go, ooh, like that. But you're starting to count groups. That's what actually is going on here. Keith Moon, listen to My Generation. Bam, 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 bam. People try to put us, bam, 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 and like that. And the bit where back in the 60s they used to wreck the stage, Monterey Pop 67 and everything else, where there's mayhem and all that. But the original, you can hear him playing during that time where Pete was going, wow, windmills and all that, and he was doing that. Listen to it, it's sextuplets, it's all 6s, you see. He used to love his 6s. It's just a doubled triplet, you see. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. 6-stroke roll. Now I better get a wriggle on. I'm halfway. Rolls are any number of strokes with double taps. So you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You see? 2. 2s. 5 there. 2, 4, 5. You see? And that's what goes on. Now, if I was to do a kind of a fill-in where I just sort of went that kind of thing. How many notes did I just play? Okay, well you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. You see? I've done that one already. Come on. Hey, oh, what am I doing now? Oh.
I had.
No, I've done that one. Oh no, I didn't.
I had the bass player's love child. I had the bass player's love child. I had the bass player's love child. I had the bass player's love child.
Nine.
The bass player's
Love child. Oh, there you go. You see, that's what happens. You see. And oh, that's a bit rough at the end. Come on. There it is. And then what can happen is that you can start to work out your rolls in the manner of, working out your tom-toms, you see. Now, with Doris here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now we've got your 5 times tables if you want to go there. Hang on, where am I?
5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 50. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 10. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 10. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10.
And then, but if I stick to it, I mean, what you have then is, well, how do you want to do it? If I did 4, and seeing I'm doing rolls, how many? Well, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. 16, finish on the 17th. So you've got a 17-stroke roll. You can have a 123-stroke roll if you want to, but you don't really count it like that. The 40 pass rudiments, which I have on the poster up there, goes up to, what was it, 17? And well, that's the top end. But really, you're just working it to the bars now. And what I'm saying here is you're working it to the toms, you see. Now, what starts to happen is that if I go across to the mallets and take the old dub horns out and just... Now that's just there's that, you see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Get it? It's just a little triplet thing, you see. And there you go. There you go. And then what happens is there's a relationship between the rough and the roll. Because if I go 1 and a 2 and a 3, 1 and a 2 and a 3, like that, and then I double it, I do believe it's in Accents and Rebounds by George Lawrence Stone. Or maybe not the tom-tom bit, but at least on the practice pad there is that happening. You see, that's what goes on, you see. So we're working with numbers tonight. And I was just doing the 5 times tables. I was just doing the 6
times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12.
6 times 3
is 18. 6 times 4 is 21. 6 times 1 is 6.
I like putting them
together. 6 times 2 is 12.
Now,
6 times 3 is 18. 6
Moon.
times 4 is 21. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is
sister. There you go. And and there you go. And yeah, so you get that. So what starts to happen is the trusty paradiddle diddle, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left. There you have it, you see. Now, when you're starting to do little things with triplets, you might have the trusty rudiment that I actually play, I reckon, more than the paramadoodly do, is right, left, left, the humble right, left, left. Like that. There it is. And then if you marry that with the right, right, left, there, and you put them together, you get the humble 6-stroke roll. And it's a bit of a Steve Gadd favourite, actually. And if you put it together, Calypso! Three, two, clave. Where's my horns? There we go. Bam, 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 bam. There you go. Oh, better think about wrapping the show up there. I just want to keep it right on time. I don't want to edit out the extra 12 minutes with me going yap, 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 and all that sort of business. And what it is I'm actually talking about a couple of things with numbers and using your times tables. Music is mathematical, and how many notes? All right. And then what happens then is you work it through within the parameters of your timing system. It could be the time signature. It could be the way that you're doing the rates in a beat, whether they're semiquaver based or triplets or whatever. There it is there. If I do the, what am I doing?
I married a metronome. I married a metronome. I married a metronome.
1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and triplets.
I married a metronome. 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 I married a metronome.
Married a metronome. Oh, it's over there. And I'll put him up here. And what happens is you're taking what is essentially just a plain rudiment, a straight ahead, straight line. If you've got a piece of paper and got your pen and you drew a straight line, it would just be... Oh, a bit rough at the end, Chris. Come on. There you go. But if you put a little pulse to it, you're now doing sixes. One of the things you want to do is get a little bit of a heartbeat into it, like a 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4, boom, 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 like that. And that gives you a bit of a groove, you see. Hopefully. Could be a rim shot, just an accent, whatever it is. When you're doing things like that, you've got 3 different things mainly. You've got your normal strokes, got an accent, a little pulse, and then a rim shot. There it is. All right. So that's what starts to go on. Did I do them all?
6 times 1 is 6.
Yeah, I did that one.
5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 4 is 20.
All these things, you see.
4 times 1 is 4.
3. 3 twos are 6.
Oh, there you go. You got all these different things. See all these, and like I did, I caught myself. It's not scripted, right? All this. Oh, I'm getting lost down the track of peaches. There you go. So there's your roughs and rolls, okay? There's your counting system. You can go away now, and if you just sort of sit down and go, okay, I've got these. I've got a typical 5-piece drum kit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, double it. Okay, what are you doing? If you're doing this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that's a 5-stroke rough. But if you double it, same flow, and then you double it into double strokes, it is now, okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9-stroke roll. You get it? Got it? Good. All right. And what happens? Oh, okay. I'll put them in just to finish. What have I got
I
there?
keep my right hand to be ambidextrous.
No, I would too. That's what it's all about. Inchworm, Danny Kaye, Thumbelina, no regrets. Where's my tin hat? Ah, I do love that song. So did John Coltrane. And by the way, in my research today, David Bowie's favourite song. And his version of it. What a beautiful song.
You and your arithmetic, you probably
Go far. I love you all. Thank you all so much.